What makes LeBron James a legend? The name LeBron James over the years has become practically a household name. There was once a time when every kid wanted to be like the great Michael Jordan. In more recent times, Kobe Bryant became the inspiring young prospective basketball player, but today there are a million of kids who want to grow up to walk in the footsteps of the modern-day legend. In this video, we will be taking you on a journey through LeBron James' basketball career, from the high school playing days to his current days playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. From the young, not-so-confident lad to being mentioned in debates of who the greatest basketball player is. At 36, he is coming a bit closer to the end of his career that has been so decorated with unbelievable accomplishments. Today, so many people sing his praises and talk about these accomplishments, but at the beginning, very few people had any faith in him. His new teammates did not think it was possible to bring an 18-year-old high school boy and expect him to cope with the intensity of the NBA. In 2003, he was the first pick in the NBA draft for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the rest they say is history. His mother, Gloria Marie James, was 16 years old when she had him in Akron, Ohio, and raised him practically all by herself. According to LeBron, he never knew his father personally and was not too bothered by that because he believed his mother was more than enough for him at the time. As you would have guessed, life was not easy for his family. They were constantly moving, and his mother always found it difficult to get a steady job. Wanting a better life for her son, when he was 9, his mother allowed him to stay with the family of a football coach in their locality, Frank Walker, who introduced LeBron to basketball. In no time, LeBron was already making big waves for Northeast Ohio Shooting Stars, where he and 3 of his friends, the Fab Four, had a successful run both locally and nationally. As a freshman, LeBron played for the St. Vincent-St. Mary varsity basketball team. That year, his team finished in the season undefeated. It was the first time a team from Ohio had done that. As a sophomore, LeBron James had an average of 25.2 points, 7.2 rebounds, 5.8 assists, and 3.8 steals per game. LeBron became so popular that his team had to start using the University of Akron's 5,492-seat arena to be able to accommodate all the people who wanted to watch him play. There were always college and NBA scouts in the crowd, just there to watch the boy who everyone was talking about. Again, his team finished the season as champions, and he became the first sophomore to be named Ohio's Mr. Basketball. That year, he also became the first ever sophomore to be selected to the USA Today All-USA First Team. He repeated the same heat in his junior year and added another set of awards to his already attractive collection. Male Basketball Gatorade National Player of the Year. In his senior year, he averaged 316 points, 9.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists, and 3.4 steals per game. For the third time, he was named Ohio's Mr. Basketball and selected to the USA Today All-USA First Team. After a suspension for violating OHSAA rules, he scored a career-high 52 points in the first game back, and went on to win the Division II championship for the third time in 4 years. With such a huge success rate during his high school days, some would have thought that he would find it difficult to enjoy an equally successful run in the NBA due to the level of quality and intensity that the NBA was known for. But LeBron had no intention of slowing down. In 2003, he had his first game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he set a record for the highest points ever scored by a prep-to-pro player in his debut performance, 25 points. At the end of the season, he became the first ever Cavalier to receive the award for the NBA Rookie of the Year. Just 2 years into his professional career, he was already being referred to as one of the greats. At the time, he was just 20 years old. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, George Karl, the Denver Nuggets coach, said it's weird talking about a 20-year-old kid being a great player. But he is a great player. He is the exception to almost every rule. That same year, LeBron James set a new record for single game points for the Cavaliers by scoring 56 points. At the end of the season, he was named the NBA All-Star Game Most Valuable Player. James notched 48 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. He also scored the game-winning layup with just 2 seconds left to play for. His performance in that game was described as one of the greatest moments in postseason history. In 2012, the performance was ranked the 4th greatest in modern playoff history. The Cavaliers went on to win the Eastern Conference Championship for the first time ever. In the 2007-2008 season, he became all-time leading scorer for the Cavaliers with more than 100 games, lesser than the previous record holder, Brandon Daugherty. This was just barely a month after he was named All-Star Game MVP for the second time. In the next season, LeBron James finished second in NBA Defensive Player of the Year with 23 chase-down blocks and a total of 93 blocks, a career high. He also became only the 4th player to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks in a single season. That year, James became the first Cavalier to win the MVP award. In the 2009-2010 playoffs, Game 5, the team suffered the worst loss in the franchise history, and to worsen it all, LeBron walked off the court after to his own home crowd booing him. Later in 2010, after becoming a free agent, he signed with the Miami Heat. This decision met with very intense criticism from analysts, fans, and even his former teammates. Videos were seen of fans burning his jersey. Most notable among the critics was another legend of the game, Michael Jordan, who condemned his actions for not staying with the Cavaliers to win a championship. From being loved by everyone in 2010, he quickly became one of the most disliked athletes in America. As expected, the media criticized LeBron James for every loss that the Heat had to take. He, however, bounced back in the next season and went on to be named the MVP for the 3rd time and went on to win the finals of the playoffs. It was Miami's 2nd ever championship and James's 1st. That year, he was unanimously voted the Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player. In the 2012-2013 season, he helped the Heat to a 27-game winning streak, which is the 3rd longest in the history of the NBA. The Heat finished the year with a franchise and league best of 66-16. James was named MVP for the 4th time in his career. Again, he was named the Finals MVP for the 2nd season in a row. And his final season with the Miami Heat, he scored a career high and franchise record 61 points in a game against the Charlotte Bobcats. On July 12th, LeBron officially returned to his former team, the Cavaliers, who had been having a bad run for 4 seasons following his departure. In his 2nd season with the Cavaliers, he led them to an end of their championship drought by helping them win their first professional sports title in 52 years. On June 29, 2018, LeBron James ended his 2nd run with the Cleveland Cavaliers and signed with the Los Angeles Lakers on July 9th. However, his first season with the Lakers was stricken with injuries, which made him miss a career high of 17 consecutive games. It was also the first time in 12 years that he did not make the All-NBA first team. He was named to the All-NBA third team. In the 2019-2020 season, LeBron James moved to a full-time point guard. That same season, he passed the team legend Kobe Bryant on the all-time regular season scoring list. This was the day before Kobe Bryant's death in the helicopter crash. Later that year, LeBron James won his 4th NBA championship and 4th Finals MVP award. He became the 2nd oldest player in the history of the league to win the award. He was also the only player to win it in 3 different teams. With an endless list of achievements, decorated with so many awards and honors, there is little to wonder why he is thought of as worthy mention as the greatest player in sports history. Some argue that he is only denied that title because of his villain character after leaving the Cavaliers the first time, and his numerous controversies outside the court. Now the question, what makes LeBron James a legend? After reading through his achievements, there are several things one could single out that separates him from the others. His ability to win the championships and different personal awards in 3 different franchises. His ability to stay at the highest level for such a long period, or even his ability to silence his critics every single time he steps his feet on that court. One thing is certain, LeBron James is a legend and undoubtedly one of the all-time greats. We have come to an end of this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up and tell us about your favorite moments in LeBron James's career in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe if you're watching our video for the first time.